Out of all the luxury car manufacturers like Mercedes and Audi, BMW is the only one that's succeeding with its electric vehicle mission. Just a couple of months ago, BMW announced that they delivered their millionth electric vehicle, which is crazy. Just as a point of comparison, Tesla during the time that they've been around have sold about 5 million vehicles, but aside from BMW, and even Tesla for that matter, these days EV sales are really slumping. In 2023, BMW's electric vehicles were 15% of its overall sales. And last quarter, electric vehicle sales for BMW was its best ever. So what's going on? How come everybody else is struggling, but BMW appears to have figured out the secret? In this video, I'm going to tell you why I think BMW is so successful selling vehicles like this. First of all, the secret to their success is the fact that this electric vehicle looks exactly the same as their combustion engine version. If you can get over the fact that the front end is a disaster, the rest of the car looks really good. And luckily for the i5, the front end grille has the right proportions and size. Obviously, this car doesn't even need a grille, but BMW is using the same platform that they use for their 4 Series sedan, and you even have an M badge on it. And because this car's got the M badge all over it, the average person might think that this is just a gas-powered M sedan. This is the i4 M50, and by looking in the back, it looks like it has tailpipes, but obviously it doesn't. And that's the trick that BMW is playing on you. It's even got a lid where you think the gas tank would be, but you just need to plug in your charging cable. You even have a normal hood latch, so let's see what's under the hood. There's absolutely nothing under the hood, not even space to put stuff. They have a cover here with an M badge on it, and another lid that's hiding stuff. This is what happens when you use a gas-powered platform and use it to build your next electric vehicle. Because there's no engine, when you go to required services, you only have brake fluid, vehicle check, no oil change. Isn't that a relief? The reason this car works is because you get in and it feels like home. It feels like you're any average 4 Series sedan, and people love that. You still have a regular start-stop button, even though this car doesn't need it. But what BMW was trying to do is ease their way into the EV space, and this is the way to do it. Instead of building some crazy car of the future that nobody wants, give people something that they'll feel comfortable with, and this is as good as it gets. This is tried and true BMW engineering precision, engineering excellence, and everything feels great. Starting from the steering wheel, the driving position, the seats, all of it's exactly what you'd expect. You don't have to learn anything new, you just get in and drive. The only thing you have to do is figure out charging, which is pretty simple. All you have to do is go into your apps, go to your charging menu, and then just take a look at these options and you're set. Unlock charging cable to start charging. If you're gonna try to convince your customer base to get into electric vehicles or even get brand new customers, this is exactly the way to do it. Don't make any massive changes, do small tweaks, and get your people comfortable with driving EVs. Everything is where you'd expect it to be. You have this really nice wide digital display. For climate control, just go in here and you have all of your options with heated and cooled seats. And the nice thing is that the climate menu is visible at all times. You still have your normal iDrive with the wheel option in the center console. Because this is a fully electric car, you don't really need this tunnel section for the typical drivetrain in a combustion engine vehicle. But maybe that's not a bad thing to keep this in here still, because again, it goes back to familiarity and comfort. People are just used to something like this. Easier to drive something that you already know. Extremely high quality dash materials, fit, finish. And I'm really loving the screen. You still have all of your normal stocks. Nice solid door panel, feels great to the touch. Same story for the passengers in the back, although it is a little bit tight. If you have a tall driver in the front in the i4, you're gonna feel the squeeze back here. You have your own climate control in the back with the digital display. Standard BMW cup holders in the center armrest. So you see that the car is basically exactly the same, minus the gas tank and minus all of the repairs and maintenance that go along with an engine and transmission. No oil changes, no headaches. That's why BMW is winning with this car. They have a great 4 Series car with a battery, with an electric motor. Tons of room back here with this hatchback design. I don't want to discount the fact that this is an electric vehicle, which means you have to charge it, and charging these days is not easy right now. especially if you don't have a Tesla. But charging will get easier over time as more and more chargers get built, just like gas stations. You know that it's coming. For now, if you can charge something like this at home overnight, then this could be an amazing commuter car. Road trips, not so much, but daily driving, absolutely yes. Electric cars are definitely a unique driving experience, especially this one. It might as well be a complete M car without the gas engine. With the M50 variant with 536 horsepower and 586 pound-feet of torque, this thing is no slouch and so much fun to drive. BMW is still the ultimate driving machine, and they've proved as much, at least with this i4 M50. Once you get behind the wheel of this thing, it's absolutely no surprise why so many people are buying these BMW EVs. The coolest feature that this thing has is something called iconic sounds. This is what it sounds like when you push in the throttle. Very spaceshipy sounding. So what you just heard there was in comfort mode. If I put it into sport mode, the noise goes up by a decibel or two. That's pretty quick. Feels faster with those extra noises. Having a little bit of noise added to the driving experience, I have to say that it does make it feel faster because there's just more going on. This one has a lot of power, 536 horsepower, 586 pound-feet of torque. This thing definitely moves 0 to 60 in a little over 3 seconds. One thing that happens with the noise when you hear it and it starts to escalate, you feel like something should shift, like there's some engine transmission thing going on and the gears need to change, but that's not happening. The noise just keeps getting louder and louder and you just keep getting faster. Kind of a weird experience. And as you would expect with any electric vehicle, all of that instant torque you can feel right away. If you're gonna get the i4, I would definitely recommend the M50 to get the most amount of power that you can from these electric machines. BMW obviously has the fake noise mastered because even in their combustion engine vehicles like the M3 and the M4, they have a lot of that noise piping in. So these are some futuristic sounds that they've created that they've put into this. When you start driving this, you start to realize why BMW has been dominating with their sales of these things. Their latest electric vehicle lineup is truly amazing because what they've done is taken their years and years of amazing driving and handling characteristics, preserved those things, and added to that the technology that's been pioneered by Tesla with the electric motors, with the battery technology. And BMW has figured out how to merge the two things without giving up everything that makes BMW so great. And so what you have here is truly a unique and differentiated experience that customers are loving. Everybody that buys these vehicles are starting to get something new. They're getting the best of BMW and they're getting the best of EV technology. And that mix of technologies is what makes this car so great and what makes it so competitive. Driving the i4 M50, I think you fully realize why BMW is selling these things left and right. If you're gonna get a BMW electric car, this is the one to get, the i4 M50. This is actually quicker than the BMW M3 competition. And because it's an electric car, you're gonna get to that torque way faster. And if you happen to be one of those auto enthusiasts who really hates electric cars and wants to have nothing to do with it, I think BMW with this i4 M50 just might be able to change your mind. BMWs are already known to be luxurious, but if you're catering to the luxury segment and you give them a car like this, which is even quieter and smoother with the electric motor, I think you can see why they have a hit on their hands with their latest crop of electric vehicles. It probably is only a matter of time before BMW unseats Tesla as the most dominant EV player, especially as they start building their electric vehicle platform from ground up. In the meantime, BMW, for God's sakes, please throw this grill in the trash. Surprise us with something new. I have faith in BMW. You can do it.